products. See, the nice thing about OBS, it's free. It's
The
amazing for a
effective Fed
free
fund rate at
product.
3.64%,
Absolutely
January
amazing.
5th, unchanged.
It's open source. So our range is drawing on oil. It's open source. So I did a lot of damage to my, not a lot, but I did a nice amount of damage to my 32 account yesterday. It's down to 49,201. That's just an eval. And my 48, my 54 MNQ open is still struggling, but our oil open is slowly moving up. There's the oil open, the physical oil open.
Order submitted.
It looks like it's going to fill short this morning.
Order submitted.
I'd love to get a 1 minute oil trade just once. Give us a 1 minute oil trade. I would do anything, stand on my head, scream. So we are
Order
streaming.
filled.
All right, we got our first target. I'm expanding my target down to the VWAP, bringing my stop to safety, break even plus a tick. Just a tick. Maybe too aggressive. I hope not. I hope not. I'll take a first target in 1 second any day of the week. Now, another thing you could do on this trade to reduce risk, not really to reduce risk, but going forward, trade management. Trade two contracts, but trade them both for target one. I like that idea actually. Trade it for target one. Yeah, you're going to give up some of the big moves, but it'll be sometimes a pretty quick trade, not a bad profit, and it's a thought. It is one thing you can do. No law, no law. My my friends, my friends are leaving today, right after this trade room. Darwin on top. He's my favorite dog in the whole world. I love him. This monster on the bottom is the most poorly behaved mutt I've ever seen, but he's so cute and so noisy. You just want to strangle him until he can't breathe anymore. Chantal, I'm gonna trail, so that's the way I deal with the target for me. I like to trail. Now, I know sometimes I cut off the profit. Now, folks, I do have to say that if you turn the magnet, the new magnet, you're going to turn the magnet on most charts before you do anything. It's going to be the first thing you do to start your trading day so that you have the signal system working. Because look at the early trade here.
Order filled.
Um, you had an early trade this morning with a perfect signal to go short after it made like the fifth new high. So I got taken out for a quick oil trade because I was fairly aggressive with my stop this morning. Not going to cry in a corner. I'll take my 100 and I'll move on to the MNQ this morning on oil. Chantal, you can let me know if I was too aggressive on my stop. So I'm going to turn off my oil trades. That's why we label the trades. I don't want to accidentally turn off my YM magnet, and I don't want to accidentally remove my YM magnet That's why we label our trades under strategy. The trade name is always labeled. So I have a question. How do I save? Somebody must know this. So you know how I'm just slightly adjusting the lines here on the control panel? How do I save that formatting? I don't know how to do it. In other words, every time I load Ninja, I have to readjust those lines. I don't know how it can that be saved, the format of the control center. I bet Francis knows. Oh, Francis, you don't know. That's usually the thing you know. All right. Putting my time back. I'll never understand Windows. Why sometimes does the clock wind up behind a chart and 9 times out of 10 it shows up always on top of the chart. But every now and then it just winds up behind a chart. Arthur, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. That doesn't work because I have this workspace, I have it saved as a default. And if I load it back in, it's not going to work. It doesn't do it. I'll double check it, but it doesn't. I could be wrong. So I think most of us probably got out of oil. $100, $110. You could have made more if you was super aggressive with your target and grabbed the profit. There was a little bit more to grab. It's not a stop, so you're not hitting the stop yet. We didn't hit the stop yet. Francis, did you trade oil this morning? Oh, so I had a feeling it was no. So think about the psychology. I'm guessing you didn't do it because you had a crappy trade yesterday. So even the thing is, this is a good trade. You gotta trade it every day so that when you have a crappy one, you get it back the next day. At least you get part of it back. But if you try to guess which day to trade it, it's never going to work. And we will have crappy ones in a row. It will happen. But when you look at the numbers, if you look at the numbers, I think if you track every trade, your profit is up on this trade. I would hope. I would hope. For prop traders out there, tonight is the last night Bullinox extended their sale. Um, I'll throw in a link if I can. Let me see if I can throw it in. Oh, can I find my link? Here's the info. It's a good deal. Tonight at midnight, Arthur, I saw. Tonight at midnight. I don't know if anybody has this. I have some technology problems that are driving me absolutely crazy that I wanted to fix in the upcoming year. And one of them is every single mouse that you buy now has buttons on the left. So what just happened to me? I accidentally, and the buttons are right where your finger's going to
Windows
press them.
Summit Draft.
I
UL
accidentally pressed the
support
button
Ukraine
and
and
it
Ukraine
closed the
Russia
freaking
attacks.
trade room. I need a mouse that does not have buttons on the side. I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it. It's such stupid design because the button is literally where my fat thumb hits those buttons constantly. It hits them constantly. I can't stand it anymore. It drives me nuts because you'll be doing something really important, like being in the trade room, right? And it blows you out. It just threw me out of the room. Every mouse that I look at seems to do the same thing. All right, getting rid of my oil setups. We're going into MNQ now. Now, just for information. Yeah, I don't even know the name of the mouse, Arthur. It's some Chinese mouse. China. It's from China. I don't know
Luke
where
Barkin
it's.
says,
I
paying
don't know
close
what
attention to
company it
layoffs
is.
for
I don't
evidence of
know.
change in the
It's
current low
generic.
hiring,
It's a
low
generic
firing job
mouse. I gotta
market.
buy a new mouse. Gotta buy a new mouse. It's a mouse spiracy, yeah. It's a mouse spiracy. And keyboards are just as bad. Keyboards are so poorly designed these days. They're not wide enough. So you hit keys you don't want to hit because they're not wide enough. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Maybe it's me. It's probably just me. All right. MNQ. Oh, I said I was going to start trading more bigger contracts this year. So today I'm doing MNQ, but I'm thinking going over to the NQ. I don't want to blow this account on one trade, so when I build this account back up, then I'll probably go over to MNQ. Now, YM open. I'm just waiting on the magnet. Nothing to do there. All right. It's very quiet. And then on our MNQ, we're going to do what we always do. MNQ this morning would be a good open magnet, in my opinion. If you don't like the breakout on the MNQ, it's a perfect magnet. It's sitting at the VWAP, and there's a good possibility it's going to test that high or the low, either or. It's also the PP would be a good magnet. Also, that would be an interesting magnet to trade. Now, one reason to put the magnet trade on the chart with the new version is that you can watch your signals, which are good on the MNQ to trade. Maybe I'll try and take an MNQ after the open signal trade. Normally, I don't trade a magnet on the MNQ. So let's set up our normal MNQ first. Right click the chart, click strategy, click news trader. And did I create a template MNQ? I haven't open. Let's see what we got. Go to template. I know we have a normal open. MNQ new open. That we know we have. And there it is. We're going to rename it. Right click it. Rename it. Today's date is the 6th. And load it. All right, so we have our MNQ. Now, I will tell you the way that I like to trade the MNQ is 3 contracts on my first target and 1 on my second. That way, if I get that quick reversal, at least it's more than a $12 profit. All right. 40 bracket, target of 35 and 100. I increased my targets this year. The stop I'm leaving at 1.25, 125, but I have no qualms about going up to 250 ticks on a stop using the MNQ. No qualms. When we traded the NQ Open during the pandemic, we did use an 80 stop. 80 stop. We never did very well trading the market open during the pandemic. I have to be honest. We didn't do well. My target one stop move, I usually do a BE. If it hits my first target, I go to BE. I am thinking of going with a little bit bigger target on that first target. I'm going to leave it this morning 35 and 100. BE on the target one stop move and 125 ticks on the stop. Label it BRK for breakout, MNQ open. And then you can create a template, right? Click template, click save, give it a name, right? And then choose the account you're trading it on. This is our Studio 54 account. It is a breakout. We're triggering at 9:29:59. Let's set the time to 0 and look at the size of the bracket. So we'll put our software account on sim because we don't want to get filled early by accident. Spread the chart a little bit, change to sim. When you enable a sim trade in the control
Order
panel,
submitted.
triggers your brackets. Now, some people don't like the horizontal line that shows you the current price at the time your brackets went on the chart. I say vertical line is what I should be saying.
Order canceled.
Right click, strategy. How do you get rid of that vertical line, not a horizontal line? Go to optional, show vertical line on entry and uncheck it. Apply it and OK it. And now when we check the brackets,
Order submitted.
it's cleaner, right? Looks better.
Order
It does
canceled.
look better without the line, for me. But you don't lose where the line was. You have the little arrows
Order submitted.
or diamonds. You see those little diamonds? You can also close the trade by
Order
clicking the
canceled.
X. That does the same as clicking enabled off and on. Go back to strategy. We're going to put our time back to the correct open, 9:29:59. Our bracket is 40. Our targets are 35 and 100. Target 1, target 2, 100. Target 1 stop move is a BE. Stop loss is $1.25, 125. Label the trade. Choose the account you're trading in and make sure your chart trader, apply it and OK it, is set to the account you're trading in, right? And enable your trade. So we're ready for our breakout. We're going to put a reverse continue on the chart also. Right click, strategies, click news trader, reverse continue, change breakout. How many positions do you want to trade? Up to you. I like to scalp with a couple of contracts at one position. Usually I don't use this scalp. 75 tick stop in today's market, which is not that crazy this morning. Label it MNQ, reverse continue. You could call it an MNQ scalp, but I like to be consistent with our setup so it doesn't confuse you. All right. And the account is the same as the breakout account. Apply it, OK it, turn it on. Now I said I was going to put the magnet strategy on. So after the open, maybe what we'll do is look for a aftershock reversal squeeze, an R strip. So I'm going to right click strategy and I'm just going to click on magnet. I'm going to label it. MNQ because we have a YM magnet, right? And same account. So keep in mind, we're not going to trade it while the breakout's going on. So I'm looking for a reversal off of a higher low. And I'm just looking for signals. I'm not looking to trade the magnet. On the new version, I'm just looking for signals. So I can leave it off, or I can put it on ARS, which is signal standalone. In this case, it's working off the high of day, low of day. So I could trade a high of day, low of day magnet, or follow me here. I could leave it off. Since I'm testing the software, let's leave it off. Off means don't put the heavy order lines on, but still honor the signals, okay? It should still honor the signals. Percent proximity doesn't matter, custom level doesn't matter, position size matters, and targets matter. So let's say we're trading, this is just a trade, okay? This is just a regular trade. So we're doing not really going to do a -3 on this. I'm going to do a 10, and my target 2 is going to be a 20. Or let's make it, that's too small for targets. We'll do 50 on target 2 and 20 on target 1. And our stop is going to be 100. Remember, it's micros. So position 1, we have a 20 tick target. Position 2 is a 1 contract, and we have a 50 tick target. And our stop is 100. Long or short is acceptable. And target 1 stop move. I'll go to break even if it hits our first target. And I want to make sure my high of day, low of day signals are on. So there is another control that's very interesting. Very interesting. You can control how far away from the magnet is considered a test, and that's called proximity ticks. I have that set to 3, which is just like our regular magnet trade. And you also have trending bars. How many bars have to close before a signal will be generated? 1 is default, but you could go 5 bars. You can wait for a real strong trend. All right, I'm going to leave it default. Let's see if this works. Turn it on, and we'll test it and see if it works. I probably shouldn't be doing this testing in my funded account, so I'll be very careful because this account is in a little bit of trouble to begin with. I don't mind. Obviously, we trade the open on this account.
Meta are to pause international expansion of the Meta Ray-Ban display.
So I'm starting a new Facebook group. It's called Leave Greenland Alone. That's what it's called. Leave Greenland Alone. JT Realmuto, the Phillies catcher. Would you give him $16 million a year for the next 3 years? I think he's 35 years
So
old.
Meta say they're pausing the Ray-Ban display
And
expansion
he's
due to high
definitely
demand,
on
and
the
they're going to keep
downside of
fulfilling
his
US orders
career.
but reevaluate their international approach.
Now, I'm not going to shrink my MNQ chart at the moment because we have it set for our breakout, but you can't see the highs and the lows, the levels. So after the trade, or when the trade fills, we might want to shrink the chart vertically. See how on the YM, You can see the levels,
So it
more
Garvin says
levels,
the challenge of the next 10
but
years
because we
is
need
the
a
likelihood
tradable
that the US
bracket
will have more
on the
jobs than
YM.
available workers.
Now, looking at the bottom of my mouse, wireless mouse, model number 964. Wireless mouse, model number 964. That's the name of the mouse. And my keyboard has nothing on it. Wireless mouse, model 964. Who makes the wireless mouse? Model 964. I want to disable the side buttons or program them. Now, don't we see a 925 move every morning on the MNQ? Have you all been noticing this every morning? Anyone else been noticing that? ChatGPT is pretty interesting. There probably isn't a built-in button to disable the side buttons. There's also likely no official software. Generic OEM mice typically don't include configuration utilities. In other words, it's a cheap piece of shite. And Shenshin Lord Wei Technology is the maker. What's an OOM trade, Chantal? Could you speak English, please? Not French. And why is she talking to me like a teacher? Yes, Lee, 925. It's the OOM trades. Oh, right. Are the numbers coming out? No, the numbers don't come out at 925. No, the numbers aren't out yet. The numbers aren't out yet. I'm serious. I should know a lot of things that I forgot, right? Let's all get up and dance to a tune that was something before the ba da da da. Na na na, a long time ago. Your mother should know. Yeah. I've been watching the Beatles anthology. They made a new Beatles anthology. That is a major commitment in time. It's 9 episodes. It's like 18 hours of video almost. 18. It's probably 15 hours of video. It is amazing. If you love the Beatles or just want to know the greatest musicians, songwriters, maybe other than Bach and Beethoven that ever lived, uh, the Beatles, they are in the top 5 of the greatest of all time ever in humanity's history, just because it's modern time. But what an amazing show, and what an amazing collection of video. It is incredible. It's incredible. Not as incredible as the stench coming from this dog, though. Oh my God, he walked into the room and he stinks. Oh,
1 minute now until we get the market on open imbalance.
see, there's the market on open orders come out at 9:30. How do I know that? Because they're announcing it in my headset. Are they released early? Is that what you're telling me? All right, so we will get some sort of move on the NQ. We will get a move on the YM. Maybe our
Ted
magnet
Sparkin
will
says
fill.
consumer sentiment is important to watch.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Filled long
Market
on
on
the
opening balance
MNQ.
S&P 500 sell side 56 million, Nasdaq 100 sell side 10 million, Dow 30 sell side 17 million, Mag 7 flat.
Not a gigantic move this morning.
Order filled.
Hits the first target. I'm just leaving my stop, my target where it is. It should hit it, make a new high, test the new high. If it pulls back, I'm at the first target.
Order filled.
There we go. All right, now let's see if we get a reverse, turning off the breakout. I don't need the breakout. Let's see if we get a reverse signal. I may just watch it this morning because I need to build this account. It's up 100 on that open. Great open. Watch the signals, all right? We're on a 1-minute chart. Probably should be on a 30-second. If this changes color, I want to see a signal. Now, it may wait for the bar to close. See, what you don't know yet is, are we done making new highs? You don't know that we are. We're not sure. Not yet. So I'm not entering anything, and the squeeze is very strong momentum still to the upside. The YM did not fill. We're going to just leave it alone, let it do its thing. So we made money on oil. We made money on the open, MNQ. I would think the NQ had a good open as well. I'm sure Nitin will tell us in a minute. Pressure is to the upside. It's going to make another high, it looks like. It just tested it. Just watching. I would think anyone who trades our MNQ open should have made money, right? Should have made money.
Ted Sparkin says one positive of AI is to allow people to qualify to do more complicated tasks.
Now, I'll let the YM trade, right? We see this happen often where it's a later fill. It's going to fill to the upside, it looks like. We'll take that risk on a well, we have a 2 contract setup. It's a prop of val account. This is what we do. The YM open
Order
magnets,
submitted.
they've been working pretty well. The stop moving a couple of ticks below the 6 p.m. open. It could stop. You never know.
Order filled.
Okay, yesterday it worked. This morning it stopped. So that's why my YM is not a family money trade. It's just not as good of a trade. It's been decent, but it's not as good as the MNQ. Now, I did not get a signal, so that concerns me. So that's why I'm testing. Now I know if I turn on standalone, oh, look, it didn't close. Maybe because it didn't close. Let's see. So it really didn't close. Maybe we got to give it a little bit of little chance here. I still think the YM is bullish. I think our YM stop is just too darn small in the morning. It's too small.
Order submitted.
I'm taking a scalp to the upside on the YM for another test of the high with my
Barkin says
stop below
long-term
the
rates today
VWAP.
are being driven by supply and demand of US Treasuries, with supply
I've
rising
done
on
quite a bit
larger
of damage
deficits.
to that eval account, and if it's, you know, for 15 bucks, if I ruin it, I'll just buy another one.
In 10 minutes time now, at
That's a very,
9:55
very
p.m. Eastern
good
Time, we
point.
get the US
So look,
S&P
we got our
Services PMI
signal.
December
That's a
final.
perfect
Forecast
signal, and I was
52.9 on
watching
the prior
the
52.9,
YM.
with a
That
range
was
of
an
53
excellent
to
signal to
52.9,
take.
and the composite PMI
And
surplus
now
at
it's a little
53.
bit far. It's done for me. It's too far to jump in. I don't like chasing signals like that. But I was watching the YM. I didn't see it. So it did work. It needed a proper
Order
close
canceled.
of the bars. And I'm definitely destroying this one eval account. So one of the problems on the YM, we're pretty tight in between the high and the low. It's pretty tight on the ranges. So you get chop, you get too much chop. NQ is bullish, so it made a nice new high, MNQ. And very honestly, the MNQ and the oil open are the serious market open trades at the moment. Um, I still like the YM magnets, just sometimes they're not going to work. It's just a fact of life. They have less chance of working when you're in tight ranges. I like a more normal morning to give us a better opportunity. So who traded what this morning? The NQ was good. Silver was a mismanage, Nitin is saying. It would be nice if someone other than Nitin would send us some screenshots. We use those screenshots in our webinars to make people understand what really happens. It's helpful. So give us some screenshots. We'd really appreciate it. Calvin, let me look because it's the wrong day. And it has not been a very tradable report. Let's take a look. So what Calvin is saying, so one of the issues is because of the government shutdown, the ISM reports before the ISM services and before ISM manufacturing, there are ISM report, there's a final services and a final manufacturing. And this morning, you've got final services pretty much on the wrong day. Normally, that would be tomorrow with the ISM services. So for whatever it's worth, they're doing it today. We don't trade that report. I don't trade it. I definitely don't trade it these days. If I'm looking at it, let's check a second calendar. Yeah, it's on Financial Juice also. So a second signal on the MNQ. Look at the YM, the son of a gun. We had the direction right. Our stops were too tight. You had to be nicely below the VWAP. That's the point of using the structure that's there. You got to use the structure that's there. You got to. If you use the structure, you have a better chance of surviving your discretionary trades. That's all I can say. And I failed to use the structure as well as I could have this morning. And man, have I done some damage on that one eval account. I think it's a blown account. Yeah, that is a blown eval. So it is what it is. It won't be the last one. I can tell you that. It will not be the last eval account that I blow up. All right, but the ones that count, the funded account is up over 100, and our oil account up over 100. So I'll take it.
In
I'll
5 minutes'
take it.
time now, at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time, we get the US S&P Services PMI December final.
Very
Forecasting
nice, Nitin. Did you
52.9,
use a
the
bigger
price
stop?
52.9,
I
with a
have to
range of
assume you
53
used
to
a bigger stop.
52.9. The composite PMI had a prior read of 53.
Let's watch the services report before we go. Final services. We'll watch MNQ. All right. Now we have a million things set up on the MNQ. I'm getting rid of the magnet on YM. I'm getting rid of the YM. I'm putting a gold chart on. GC 0226. And MNQ. So let's say you have a bracket, a breakout set up, right? You got to change the time to 9:44:59. I would do a bracket of 40. I'll try a bracket of 40. Two contracts, just trying the MNQ. I would normally do this on the NQ, not MNQ, normally, this trade. So let's say we did one contract on each, and we have a target of 25 and 50 and a stop of 40. And I'm only going to test this. I'm not trading it for real. This is a breakout and Q. This is the 9:45 trade. Put our charts on sim. Now we could do our bracket. So I'm done with my MNQ magnet. So our breakout trade, just very quickly putting the time at 0 so we could check the bracket before the news.
Order
A little bit
canceled.
tight on the bracket. There we go. We'll put the time back. The breakout 9:44:59. Apply it, okay it. And then on gold, and we do have a reverse continuation set up on the NQ. Let's change it to the NQ. That's what I said I was going to do. Whoops. NQ 0326. And then gold. Let's just watch gold on this report. I don't think I can set up a breakout trade fast enough. Maybe I can. Let's set up a quick breakout on gold. 9:44:59. A bracket of 20. Target of one. We'll do a 8-tick target and a 25-tick target. We'll do a stop of 20. Just a random gold setup. We'll call it GC breakout. Just simulating because this is a trade I don't trade.
1 minute remaining. I'll lead with the
We
US
have 1 minute,
S&P
so let's
Services
see how it
PMI.
goes. All right, so we have an NQ bracket, the news. Okay, there's the calendar. We want to see the news. And there it is. We'll shrink it. move it out of the way. So there's our news. All right. Now the NQ is just bursting to the high. Looks like
10 seconds.
gold's up $39. Unbelievable. Gold. Unbelievable.
Order
So
submitted.
there's your brackets. The
52
news
spot
comes
5,
out.
52 spot 5,
It's
lower
out
forecast, 52
52
spot 9, with the composite at
5. It's a
52
little
spot
bit
7, 52
negative.
spot 6.
Notice that gold didn't even move a
Order
tick.
submitted.
And the NQ is just continuing to
Order
just
filled.
make new highs. But see how that would have been a bad NQ
Order
trade?
submitted.
It wouldn't have worked. And there's a reason we don't trade this report. Now, look, we haven't studied this report in a while. It could be the setup. It's negative news.
Order
That's not going to
filled.
cause a burst in the NQ to go up normally. Gold
Order filled.
really is just continuing to make new highs, in my opinion. I don't think you're trading the news on that report. I really don't. I mean, it could be a little bit of an effect from the news, but we've just not seen that particular report do very much. The NQ is just blasting to new highs, and the report is negative. All right. Services are down. So I wouldn't. It's not a report I'm not interested in trading. If we would have used a setup similar to what we tried on the NQ, it was a $400 loser. It wasn't a winning trade. Gold, the gold breakout did work. But what were you trading there? Were you trading the random market activity or were you trading the news? I don't think it was the news. All right. It's not like CPI. It just doesn't, it's just not strong enough. Okay. Interesting how the signals work very nicely on the MNQ, on the new magnet. The signals work really good, really well. Does anybody have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Tomorrow, we're starting earlier because we have the
1:30 the US
ADP.
S&P Services December reports on the feed for
We have
those interested.
ADP tomorrow. So looking at tomorrow's schedule, now tomorrow's schedule is ADP and then our regular opens and then ISM services with jolts. ISM services with jolts. Need I say more? And we have a crude oil trade room. It's really hard for me not to have a crude oil room, but it might be the last one for a while. Crude oil, it hasn't been worth trading. Has not been worth trading. Now, there's certainly scalping opportunities available. After the open this morning, the market was just up and away. Our YM stop was just too small. But just as a recap, our important trades in our funded accounts were both winners, and I'll take that every morning, anytime. All right? So I'll see everybody tomorrow morning for the ADP report. Okay. Let me say goodbye on YouTube. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Hit the notification bell so you know the next time we're streaming. I know that you cannot see the chart on the right. Oh, I think I just fixed it. Let's fix that. I'm really dumb sometimes. Let's see if that fixes it. Give it a minute. YouTube lags. There's a latency on YouTube. Now, maybe, there we go. All right, we fixed it. Fixed it. Okay, good. I'll leave that as a save. See you all on YouTube tomorrow. Now you'll always be able to see both